First, the historical perspective. I think it's very important for Americans to understand that the Chinese Communist Party views infiltration of higher education as a key factor to overcome an enemy. It's actually in the party DNA. Yesterday, the Department of War sent notifications to 30 American universities asking them for an expedited audit due at the end of this month for their foreign adversary infiltration. One of those universities, reportedly, is the University of Texas at Austin, the flagship university of the state of Texas. Another university on that list is, of course, Harvard. You don't want to be on a list with Harvard on this topic because within China, Harvard is described as a party school. And when they say a party school, they're not talking about beer. The University of Texas at Austin notably has been investigated for other issues on this front, but Harvard, the flagship university of the United States, is a top target. Harvard was also subject to a report last week on exposing CCP influence at Harvard, which came out of Congress, showing 140 research partnerships with Chinese military entities coming out of Harvard. However, back to the history of the Chinese Communist Party, they were founded with infiltration of higher education. Zhou Enlai first infiltrated Whampoa, which was the nationalist military university. They pulled from the expertise of the Chinese nationalists, they compromised leaders of the Chinese nationalists, and they influenced students at the Nationalist Military Academy to subvert the nationalists ahead of the actual kinetic conflict, which was the Chinese Civil War, which ultimately was won by the Chinese Communist Party. So this is very much a part and parcel of how they operate. In higher education, what they did 100 years ago to the nationalists was first elite capture and simultaneously grassroots activism to move things in the direction of the Chinese Communist Party. Here we are 100 years later, and it looks like we're watching a replay of this play.